Hello, high school basketball fans, and welcome to Minster High School, where tonight it's opening night in league play, the Midwest Athletic Conference. We've got the Delphos St. John's Blue Jays versus the Minster Wildcats. I'm Dave Bowen. It is my pleasure to be calling play-by-play this evening and doing color commentary, Mr. Jack McGuire. It's going to be a great night of basketball, Jack.
Oh, it's going to be a fun one. When you get a team like Delphos St. John's going up against a high-quality team like Minster, you're always in for a good one.
Absolutely, and you talk about matchups, some great matchups over eras that you would like to see. How about Mike Tyson versus Muhammad Ali? Would that be a good one?
Oh, I'm thinking of that one clearly.
How about the baseball pitcher Randy Johnson versus Babe Ruth?
That's the dream right there. That's a good one.
Music-wise, how about Madonna versus Michael Jackson?
Woo!
And finally, how about, Michael versus LeBron? Wouldn't that be fun to watch?
That's probably the one
got any?
everybody wants.
Yeah.
No, that LeBron-Michael one, that's the one that everybody would want, and that's what I think we might get tonight.
Excellent, yes. We don't have to think about different eras or anything like that. We've got St. John's, Minster, two favorites in the MAC right here, right now. Let's take a look at St. John's under the direction of head coach Aaron Elwer in his 18th season. An overall record of 251 and 151. He was the 23-24 Midwest Athletic Conference Coach of the Year as the Blue Jays finished 9-0 and won the conference last year. What are the keys for the Blue Jays tonight, Jack?
Well, I could keep this one easy and just say Cameron Elwer, but I'll give a little bit more than that. We'll start with Cameron Elwer, get him going early. That'll allow the Minster defense to focus in on him and allow everyone else around Elwer to start getting their own and keep this a balanced game. Then it's going to be run and gun. Get that tempo going. You want to use your size to Minster's disadvantage and tire out the big man Albers, then set the tone early. Delphos St. John's is plus 15 in first quarters in their first three games and plus 13 in third quarters. They get out to a quick start out of breaks, so they want to set that tone early.
Excellent. You're right. Cam Elwer, the all-everything for St. John's, 31.7 points per game. 7 rebounds per game, leads his team in those categories. And from the free throw line, all he is 18 for 18. I think that's pretty good.
It's all right, I guess.
Well, the Minster Wildcats, under the direction of head coach Mike McClurg in his 9th season, 101 and 88 overall. Minster, they were 5-4 in the MAC last year, finished 4th. What are the keys for them for tonight's game?
I don't want to beat a dead horse, but we can, again, start with Cameron Elwer of St. John's. They got to let someone else beat them. Cameron Elwer can control this game in any way he wants. If they can just slow him down and let others try to do the work, they may be able to make this a good game. And then get classic. Feed the big man Cole Albers. He has a size mismatch by 5 inches on Delphos St. John's, and if he gets going and they start doubling him, he can open up the outside shot. And for Minster, they have one game under their belt, a blowout against Walpock. Let's get some chemistry going. Just get a feel for each other and try and get this thing going in a positive direction.
It's St. John's and Minster. Last year, St. John's won this game 67-42. They've won the last 3 in a row. This is a series led by St. John's 38-13. First played in 1932. That was before me, and I know it was definitely before you as well,
Definitely before
Jack.
I was born.
And in the last 20, St. John's owns a 15-5 lead. We'd like to thank our presenting sponsor tonight, Wright State University Lake Campus. Whether you're interested in an associate or bachelor's degree, Wright State University Lake Campus offers something for you. Visit lake.wright.edu to apply today. That wraps up our pregame. We've set the scene. We'll be back with starting lineups and the tip-off. You're watching Action on WOSN. Welcome back to Minster High School for this Midwest Athletic Conference game between the St. John's Blue Jays and the Minster Wildcats. We'd like to thank our scoreboard sponsor tonight, Ultimate Outdoor. Bring a resort-style living to your back door every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. And our timeout sponsor is Burke Petroleum. Burke Petroleum is now offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable, available, 800-776-3097. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the St. John's Blue Jays, who bring a record of 3-0 into tonight's contest. They have wins over Van Wert, Kalida, and Elida. Starting at forward, number 1, a 6'1" sophomore, Jackson Weaker. Starting at forward, a 6'1" senior, number 10, Drew Boggs. At guard, the 6'2" junior, number 11, Cam Elwer. Also at guard, the 6'1" sophomore, Cam's brother, number 12, Andrew Elwer. And starting at guard, he's a pup, the freshman, number 13, Easton Elwer. Again, for St. John's, it's Weikart, Boggs, Elwer, and Elwer. For Minster, under the direction and leadership of head coach Mike McClure, they are 1-0 with a victory over Wapak, 51-29. Your starting lineup. At forward, a 6'3" senior, number 0, James Niemeyer. Also, your point guard, 6' junior, number 1, Cole McClure. Your shooting guard, he's a senior at 6 foot, number 4, Cole Richard. And also at guard, number 10, a 5'9" senior, Connor Schmeesing. And completing the starting lineup, leading the scoring for Minster at 17 points per game. At forward, the 6'8" junior, number 42, Cole Albers. Again, it's Dave Bowen and Jack McGuire. Jack, we've set the table here. The students are on the floor working their way off. It's time to get things going. There's something about Friday nights in the winter and league play.
You gotta love it, especially in this league. The MAC, you're always gonna get the best out of these teams, but I'm excited to see what Cameron Elwer is going to do now that conference play is going to start. You know Minster's going to get after him early, and I want to see how they establish Cole Albers for the Wildcats, see what he's going to do tonight.
We have ourselves an outstanding officiating crew for tonight's contest. Asa Donaldson, Steve Trout, and Tom Riepenoff. They bring over 115 years of combined varsity action. It's going to be a good one. In the center circle, the 6'8" junior, Cole Albers, against the 6'1" senior, Drew Boggs. Mr. Trout tosses it up, and we're not going to get things started as we have a whistle.
It's so good in the MAC, you got to jump it twice.
Yeah, the student section from Minster to our right, they reconvene, reestablish, and they've got their cheer going. Albers tips it this time. It goes to Easton Elwer, and St. John's is going to have the basketball, and they're going to keep possession as it goes out of bounds. Just excited to get this one going, Jack. It's going to be a lot of fun. And one notable player not on the floor for Minster, and that is number 12, Brogan Stepp. He's still injured from the fall. And there is an Army's auto-wrecking 3 from Drew Boggs. His 4th 3 of the season. 3 for 4 in the season, make him 4 for 5. Army's auto-wrecking, cash, cash, cash. Army's auto-wrecking is paying cash for your junk cars and trucks. St. John's opens up in their patented man-to-man defense. That's Niemeyer down on the baseline, and he's going to go up. He's going to get the hoop and the harm. Does work down there on the block.
These two teams are starting exactly like I thought they would. St. John's from outside, they hit 9 threes a game, and for this level of ball, that's impressive. And then Minster attacking right at the cup, getting physical.
Niemeyer nails the free throw. That's his first free throw of the season. 1 for 1 in game number 2. Cam Elwer, number 11, single ones, passes it to his brother Andrew, and that's a steal. Give that steal to Connor Schmeesing. He's a glue guy for this Minster Wildcat club, does a lot of the dirty work, comes up with a good defensive possession right there. Schmeesing to the cutting Niemeyer, yes. Assist Schmeesing, Niemeyer with the bucket at the basket. 5-3 Minster in the early going, almost another turnover. Elwer sets his feet for three. He hits it, and there's contact. And Cam Elwer gets an Army's auto-wrecking three-pointer, and he's going to go to the line to try and make it a 4-point play.
And you see something like that, you get excited, but at the same time, knowing who shot that and who made it, you're not surprised. He could pull up anywhere on this floor and just net it.
Cole McClurg picks up his first, team's first, and Elwer remains perfect from the line on the season, 19 for 19. McClurg with the basketball. Over to Cole Richard. Albers out top. Sticky man-to-man by St. John's. They got to put a lot of pressure on the ball, so you can't find guys down there on the block. They swing the basketball. Good patience by Minster here on this possession. McClurg resetting the table. They swing it. They're looking for Albers down low. Schmeezing. And Niemeyer gives it a look. Again, good defense by the Blue Jays. Cole Richard stops and pops. Drew Boggs with the rebound. Here come the Jays. Boggs to Cam Elwer. He gets into the paint. There's contact, no call, and he goes through it. Cam Elwer scores, gets past Cole Albers. Hit a wall right there, but he gets around it and scores, Jack.
Starts with that stingy defense on one end, and then you just got to go to the guy who you know is going to get you a bucket on the other end.
9-5 Jays here in the early going. Right there, Cole McClurg would not be denied. He had 7 assists and 7 points in the first game, third leading scorer for Minster after one game, and right there he attacks. Boggs, three from the corner, doesn't go. Tipped out, though. And ends up with Cam Elwer down to Wiekert.
That's what you want to see, them honing in on Elwer and giving other guys an opportunity to do some damage on that scoreboard.
Wiekert picks up his first three and first points of the night. 50% behind the arc. 1 for 1 in the game here tonight in the first quarter. There goes McClurg again attacking. Doesn't get it, but there's a foul on the rebound, and that foul's going to go on Cam Elwer. A hustle foul, but Cam Elwer's a player that Coach Elwer cannot afford to have on the bench.
No, but it just shows he's playing tough early, and McClurg looked like the same drive from the last time. He's in this Minster team. While they may not be finding Albers, the other guys are taking it upon themselves to get to the bucket and embrace that physicality.
Nice soft touch from the free throw line for Cole McClurg. Makes the first of 2. Cuts the margin to 4.
That physicality is going to be important because these Blue Jays are gluing to the Wildcats.
2 for 2 for McClurg on that trip. 3-point game. Cam Elwer sets the table. We got a whistle underneath. Tom Riepenoff with the call off the ball. And that's going to be a foul on James Niemeyer. That's his first. Second team foul for Minster. 4 across the baseline here for the Blue Jays. Go away and coming right back as Jackson Wiekert kicks it out. And that 3-point field goal is good by Brayton Klaus, who's in the game now.
They're saying he had a foot on the line, actually.
Oh, did they? Okay, thank you. Nice backdoor cut, but it's a turnover on Minster in transition. Good recovery defense right there by Cole Richard. Going to be out of bounds for the Blue Jays, but they take away the live ball basket off the turnover. St. John's will have to go under out of bounds. Minster a chance to set their D. Elwer with the left hand pulls up, doesn't go. And there's Cole Albers, the 6'8" forward, cleaning the boards up for Minster right there.
That's what you want.
Yep, Minster in transition, and McClurg attacks, doesn't go. St. John's, they want to run.
Absolutely.
Kick it out, pressure offense, try to negate the height advantage by Minster, and give Cam Elwer his second 3 of the game. He's got 9 points, and Coach McClurg is going to call timeout. We'll take one as well, a Burke Petroleum timeout It's Maction on WOSN. Our timeout sponsor tonight is Burke Petroleum, offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable, available, 800-776-3097. Jack McGuire, Dave Bowen, St. John's 5 for 7 behind the arc here to start this game. That's what they want to do to negate the height differential that they have. And man, are they putting a clinic on from behind the arc.
And let's look at that last one. Get out, they're running, they're gunning, and it feeds into a quick half-court set, throwing Minster's defense off, leaves Elwer wide open at the top of the key. That's what you want to see from the St. John's team. Totally negate Albers, run, keep it moving, and you'll find open looks.
Yeah, Jack, St. John's are like a dragster that only slows down when the ball goes through the cords when they transition. Minster with the ball. They need to have a good possession coming out of the timeout called by Coach McClurg. Running their set, swinging the ball, looking into Albers. And I think we're going to have pressure from behind. And that foul is going to be on St. John's. And Jackson Weaker picks up his first, team's third.
You have to commend Cole Albers. He is begging for that ball, but St. John's not wanting to give even a sliver of room for him to get it.
From our great vantage point down here on the floor, Coach Elwer asking the officiating crew what was the issue there. He said, well, he used his knee a little too much. Coach Elwer said, fair enough. There's a drive by Cole Richard, doesn't go. We're going to have a foul at midcourt as James Niemeyer is going to pick up his second personal. 3 for Minster in the quarter.
He's a big, long body that you want out there, so a little bit of a hit for Minster there.
We talk about this game being the first game of the season, and obviously there's a lot of league action to occur, but you know, whoever wins this game, they're going to be in the front seat of the car, and whoever loses is going to be in the back seat. Now, there's still quite a few people going to be in the front seat after the first game of the season, but you want to be in the front seat. That's the moral of the story.
That's why everyone calls shotgun.
Exactly. There's a 3 by Easton Elwer, doesn't go. And we're going to have a foul on the rebound, and that's going to go against St. John's. And that foul is on Braden Klaus. Braden Klaus, one of the most, if not the most improved player on this Blue Jays squad. Coach Elwer's been very pleased with his progression coming into the 24-25 season. Again, penetration again by Minster. Cole McClurg gets in there. There's contact, and then the ball's deflected out of bounds. Going to go to St. John's. One-on-one driving line. We've seen it in this game. Minster's been able to get to the basket. They just haven't finished consistently.
Early on they were, but these last few times they've been missing. And against a team like St. John's, you don't want to give up those easy buckets.
Cole McClurg with help from teammates guarding Cam Elwer, and they're going to get a deflection and a held ball tie-up. And I believe that's going to go Minster's way. So on the held ball, it goes Minster's way. Turnover against the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays only having 5.3 turnovers per game. You'll take that every day and twice on Sunday. That's impressive.
That's definitely what the doctor orders for a team like this that runs so much. You can get complacent, miss a couple passes in transition, but these guys are just too efficient early on.
So Cole McClurg has the ball out front. Number 11, Parker Kerrigan in the game now for Minster. Another off-ball foul.
Just getting over physical with Cole Albers trying to handle that 6'8" frame.
That's Maddox Krager's first foul, team's 5th. That's going to put Minster in the bonus the rest of the way here in the first quarter with 2:26 to go. Cole Albers going to shoot 2. Great opportunity to cut into this lead with the clock stop.
You will absolutely take this against a team like the Blue Jays. Get points where you can get them, especially since those last few drives to the lane haven't been going your way.
Albers good on the first one, good on the second.
Solid stroke.
Always awesome when your big man can get it done from the free throw line. Just adds another weapon to your repertoire.
Feels like you're spoiled a little bit almost.
Boggs with the ball going to his left. And he goes to Andrew Elwer. Elwer down in the corner. Guarded by Andrew Kettner in the game for Minster. Boggs, or excuse me, Klaus. There's Boggs. Nice pass. Just not on the same page with teammate Maddox Krager. Right idea, just didn't connect, and that's one that you do see early in the season a little bit, game 4.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those things, catching it this early, getting them out of the way this early. You'll be able to fix it down the road, but got to make sure you don't let a team like Minster, who's in the bonus, try to sneak back into this first quarter.
Coach McClurg emphasizing what he wants to see as far as the set here. Cole Richard with the basketball, looking right, staying up top, goes behind his back, goes baseline, goes with a tough shot. Doesn't go, rims in and out. Klaus with the rebound. Easton Elwer going to his right, cut off nicely defensively by Parker Kerrigan. And we're gonna have a foul up top. And that is going to be on Parker Kerrigan. That's his first. Team's fourth, so it'll be sideline out of bounds. See if St. John's runs a sideline set to score. 2 up, 2 down. .126 remaining in our first quarter. Elwer gets it out top, brings it across the timeline. Goes to his left, looking to get in there. Bulldogs it. Nice block by Cole McClurg. And we're going to have a foul on Parker Kerrigan. That's his second. So that's going to put Drew Boggs at the free throw line.
McClurg is probably happy with himself. Elwer not a lot of blocks on that kid. McClurg showing his willingness to stay glued to Elwer.
You got 2 coaches' sons going at it there.
Absolutely.
The head coach for both teams as Drew Boggs connects on what is his first free throw of the year, 1 for 1. Boggs toes it, and he throws it, and he scores it. 19-11. McClurg guarded closely by Easton Elwer, the freshman. Cousin to Andrew and Cam. Looking in for Albers. Inside out action always works nicely, but Minster doesn't connect there. Offensive rebound though. Give that board to Dominic Meyer. There's a 3 look from Noah Schwederman, doesn't go. Here comes Cam Elwer. Look for him to go coast to coast. Nicely done defensively by Minster. And there's a contact foul as Cole Richard gets up in the air. And that's going to be his first foul. Interesting, a lot of fouls called here in the first quarter, legitimately so, but again, typically in a MAC game, it can get pretty physical. Right now, the officials keeping a tight rope on the contact.
Especially being that first one, the officials want to make sure the tone is set, that they know there's going to be physicality, but we're not going to take it too far over the edge, especially with you guys meeting for the first time this year.
Outstanding as always, Jack. Great analysis. Andrew Elwer goes 1 for 2, makes him 11 for 14 on the season, just his 3rd miss. Here comes Minster with a chance to cut into this deficit as we get towards the end of the first quarter. Inside to Cole McClurg, one-on-one against Easton Elwer, and he scores it. Nice bucket by McClurg. Good strength, good finish.
And he's wanting that. He's embracing that physicality, and he's the one that's getting to the cup when we all thought it might be Albers getting established. It's McClurg making sure it's solidified down low.
Blue Jays going to make sure they are ahead by at least 7 at the end of the quarter, down to 8. And here they go, looking to attack. Boggs sets the screen. There's a steal. They can get to the window, and they do, but nicely done by Drew Boggs, but we've got a foul coming in from behind. Boggs thought he had all ball, but that's going to be a personal on Drew, and that's his 2nd. And with no time on the clock, we're going to send Cole McClure to the free throw line. So the steal and the transition, see if McClure can make money off of it. Rushes that one a little bit, made his first two. And again, it's a different feel when nobody's on that free throw line with you. Let's see if McClure can connect on the second. Does so. So, our first quarter, it's in the books. St. John's 20, Minster 14. You're watching it on WOSM. Welcome back to Minster High School. We want to thank our quarter sponsor, Pat's Donuts and Cream. Visit any of our 4 area locations, including our newest location at 600 South Cable Road next to LCC, open daily. And our free throw sponsor. We've had some free throws shot here in the first quarter. We want to thank Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken for being our free throw sponsor. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Wapak, Delphos, and St. Mary's, locally owned and operated. Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering too. That first quarter, it was fast and furious as St. John's has a 6-point lead. St. John's was 6 for 9 from the floor, 67%. 5 for 8 from 3, 4 for 5 from the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. 6 boards, 4 turnovers. Minster got to do a little bit better. 4 for 12 from the floor, 0 for 3 behind the arc. Excellent from the free throw line, 6 for 7. 3 rebounds, only 1 turnover, Jack.
And Cole Albers non-existent in that first quarter, not getting the ball at all due to this Blue Jays defense. See if they can find some way to get him involved.
Yep, 2 free throws for Albers. That's all he's got on the board right now. Elwer, shoulder shake, and drills the 3. That's his 3rd 3 in this game.
It's stunning how easy it comes to him.
A lot of work, a lot of reps, a lot of being around the game your whole life coming to fruition for Cam Elwer. Cole Albers, nice baby hook, hits the front of the rim, doesn't go. Number 11 with the board, comes the other way, goes to his brother Andrew. He goes with the right hand on the left side and counted for Andrew Elwer. That's his first bucket, 3rd point of the game. There's contact inside. Again, Cole Albers taking the contact, and St. John's, they know they've got to be physical down there, and they have to adjust to how the game's being called, but initially they're going to be very physical.
Absolutely, but now we've got St. John's out and running to start this quarter, and Cole Albers got his touch, just couldn't get it to go. Can't get discouraged, though. You got to keep trying to feed the big man to try and open up those outside shots.
Jackson Weaker picks up his second. It's out of bounds. Albers gets it across the timeline in the backcourt. Right now, I know it's just the second quarter, but down 11, Minster needs to have a really good possession. There's a shot, doesn't go, and here comes Cam Elwer. St. John's looking to run him off the floor here before halftime. Elwer stops, pops, nothing but threads for Cam Elwer. Putting on another display, another chapter in the story, in the book, in the novel that is Cam Elwer. But he'll be the first one to tell you it's a team effort out there.
That's not who you want to start getting going.
Minster's got to answer right now. They are in the Kenny Loggins danger zone. There's a shot, and that's a much-needed basket by Cole McClure. Cole with 9 points here in the first half. Cam Elwer finds his brother Andrew. Andrew goes to his left, looks to get to the rim. Jump stops in there, gets his feet under him, establishes strength and finishes.
It's in the DNA.
Well, again, I coached against his dad way back in the day, and I'll just say it. They can say whatever they want, but Aaron wasn't quite the offensive threat as his sons. Here comes St. John's off the miss. Easton Elwer. Cam getting the screen from Evan Martz. 3, number 5 in the first half. 33-16. Elwer with 18. The superlatives I've got some adjectives, but I'm trying to save them for the second half.
When it comes to Elwer, you just got to let him fly. If we repeat him, we repeat him. This kid is on a roll in this quarter.
The foul was called on Easton Elwer. Minster, again, game 2 for the Wildcats. And a little bit of shock and awe here early, as it's game 4 for St. John's, and there's a foul on the rebound. Going to go against James Niemeyer. He shows that he's physically upset with that call, but it's foul number 3 on Niemeyer. And I think Coach McClurg's going to have to take him out of the game, and he does. That's what Niemeyer's upset about. He didn't want to have to leave the floor, but with 3 fouls, Coach McClurg doesn't have much of a choice.
An unfortunate substitution, a guy that, with his length, you definitely want those arms out there trying to deflect that ball.
Andrew Elwer fakes right, goes left. Good physical defense by Cole Richard. Elwer kicks it out. Easton Elwer with the basketball. Cam, he's feeling it. What's he gonna do? Going to his left, stops, kicks it back to Andrew. Andrew back to Cam. And there's contact with Cole McClurg. They let him get away with it the time Cam had the ball beforehand, but on that penetration, that's gonna be a foul on Cole McClurg, his second, team second here in the second quarter.
Such a solid defensive stand by Minster there, only to come up with a foul on Cam Elwer. You want to keep that intensity.
Andrew Elwer with the ball out of bounds. Gets it into Easton Elwer. Elwer guarded closely by Connor Schmeezy. Cam deep. Jab steps, pops, there's a miss. Haven't seen any of those from behind the arc for him. Nice rebound by Andrew Kettner. Minster's got to weather the storm. There's a 3-ball look for Andrew Kettner, doesn't go. Good hustle by Richard, but it goes into the hands of St. John's. And off of the melee, it's going to stay with Minster.
I tell you what, Minster, they have, not just Cole Albers, they have to start letting somebody else get involved, because it seems like McClurg is the only one that's able to do anything. He's leading this team with 9 points, the rest of the team only 7, so they got to find answers somewhere else.
Yeah, game 2, still trying to get their feet under them.
Yep.
The one thing you can't say, though, Jack, you cannot say that Minster's got some pups out there. Everybody on this Minster team came back. They did not have a senior on the roster last year. So experience is not a question for Minster. They have it.
Absolutely.
You know, we mentioned Brogan Steffi not being able to play, injured. Hopefully we'll be back sooner than later. I was hoping, obviously, to see him tonight. Tice McLean for St. John's, we need to mention him. He is a young man that is hurt. Got hurt in the Elida game last week.
Where he had a decent outing.
He sure did. Thumb injury, and they hope to have him back in a couple weeks. Cam Elwer with the fadeaway short 10-footer doesn't go. And Tice McLean, I got to say, you know, he is a key component of the St. John squad, but he is a back-to-back Renway Park wiffle ball champion. Got to make sure he's healthy for next August.
100%. You can't have a guy out as skilled as he is.
Yes, he plays third base, and that is where you put your most talented athlete. And Tice McLean, we wish him the best in getting back sooner than later
100%.
for this basketball season. There's a turnover, a nice defensive stand for Minster. The 5-second out-of-bounds call. So Cole McClurg, as you said, very comfortable out there. He needs his teammates to feel the same way. There's a flare screen, and McClurg attacks the rack and scores.
He's got a burst about him in this game that if he's going to go for it, nobody's going to challenge him.
11 points on the night for McClurg, but Andrew Elwer with his first 3 of the night, 7 for 12 on the season. That's another Army's Auto Wrecking 3-pointer for St. John's. Cash, cash, cash. Army's Auto Wrecking is paying cash for your junk cars and trucks. Call Armies at 419-225-1896. And we have a foul on St. John's. That's Easton Elwer. That's his second.
And it's so tough when you have a good burst to the basket, trying to get something going for Minster, and then that happens on the other end. Trying to, like you said, weather that storm and keep fighting to not let this thing balloon anymore.
18-point deficit. Minster with the basketball. 3 and change in our second quarter. It's deflected, and then there's going to be a foul on Aiden Swick's going to pick up a personal. Hustle foul off the deflection. That's Swick's first. Team's fourth.
That's that physicality we were talking about, just going for it on every time down.
McClurg with the basketball, cut off by Cam Elwer. Cole Richard looks to get in there. Elwer on him now. St. John's switching guard-to-guard screens. Cole McClurg, or excuse me, Kettner goes to the baseline, and the ball goes across the baseline and out of bounds. Another turnover on the Wildcats. Coach McClurg has used 1 timeout in the first half. Elwer crosses the timeline. They're going to pull Minster up and away from the basket and look for driving lines. This is dangerous. There's your bounce pass, good up fake, good finish. Maddox Krager picks up his first field goal. McClurg stops and pops, undercooks it, and it's going to go to St. John's.
What beautiful execution by the Blue Jays on that last time down. Pulled Minster away like they wanted to and got what they wanted.
And Coach McClurg is going to take his second timeout. We'll take one as well. 38-18 St. John's on WOSN. Our timeout sponsor is Burke Petroleum. Burke Petroleum is now offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable, available, 800-776-3097. Jack, I like the timeout by Coach McClurg right there.
Yeah, you gotta breathe. You gotta breathe at this point. And Minster 0 for 7 from beyond the arc, whereas St. John's 9 for 13. We have 2 minutes left in this half, and they've hit their game average for the evening.
That's a 27-point differential from the Army's auto-wrecking three-point line. And here comes St. John's again, pulling Minster away from the basket, looking for penetration lanes.
Blue
Cam
Jays.
Elwer with the basketball up top.
Blue Jays looking to bleed some clock a little bit, not give Minster even a chance to sniff their way back into this one.
You know, I don't think Coach Elwer really wants them to slow down as far as not looking for the shot, because you could get yourself into a funk here.
Oh, yeah.
But right now they're going to look for a 90% look.
And if
wide open shot behind the arc or a power shot.
And if you're moving the ball efficiently, that can still go a long way in the progression of the game, making sure you're staying clean, staying efficient.
Andrew Elwer to Aiden Swick in the game. And this comes back to what's best for your personnel. St. John's, they don't have a big, so they want to spread you and make you guard them on the perimeter, and then look for attacking driving lines and passes just like that.
Good call, Dave, good call.
Braden Klaus with the bucket, Andrew Elwer with the assist. 22-point lead for the Blue Jays. Cole Albers inside. That was a concern for St. John's. How are we going to neutralize number 42? Well, they have done it here in the first half. So tough for him when he gets it. They're bodying up, and then there's two right there as you see Klaus and Maddox Krager basically guarding Cole Albers when he gets the basketball. But Albers attacks the basket, draws contact. He's going to the least famous recipe chicken free throw line.
And the way St. John's is playing defense, that's going to be his only hope.
Albers again. Excellent touch from the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken located in Wapak, Delphos, and St. Mary's. locally owned and operated. They're not just famous for chicken, Jack, they cater as well.
I actually had them for my wedding.
Nice. Albers comes up empty on the second one. 1 for 2, 3 for 4 for the game. Cam Elwer going to walk it across the timeline to Swick. Aiden Swick up top to Andrew Elwer. This really tires the defense out a little bit too. They look to double team Andrew, looks for the open man, not there, kicks it back out to Swick. Aiden Swick off the bench. He played in the JV game as well, the sophomore did. 5 seconds, got it in the hands of 11. He says, I'll just stop and pop, doesn't go. Albers with the rebound, and that's gonna do it. Our first half from Minster, an offensive display by the St. John's Blue Jays. They lead 40-19. You're watching Midwest Athletic Conference basketball on WOSN. Welcome back to Minster. St. John's and Minster opening night of Midwest Athletic Conference action, and it's halftime where St. John's leads 40-19. We want to thank our quarter sponsor, Pat's Donuts and Cream. Visit any of our 4 area locations, including our newest location at 600 South Cable Road next to LCC, open daily. Our presenting sponsor tonight is Wright State University Lake Campus. Whether you're interested in an associate or bachelor's degree, Wright State University Lake Campus offers something for you. Visit lake.wright.edu to apply today. And our scoreboard sponsor is Ultimate Outdoor. Brings resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. I'm Dave Bowen, along with Jack McGuire. Looking at our halftime numbers, St. John's 14 for 20 from the floor. That's 70%. You'll take that from the free throw line, Jack. That's guarded 14 for 20, 9 for 14 behind the arc. Very impressive. 4 for 5 from the free throw line, 80%. 13 rebounds, 6 turnovers. For Minster, 6 for 29 from the floor, 29%. 0 for 7 behind the Army's auto-wrecking three-point line. 7 for 9 from the free throw line. They have 4 boards and 2 turnovers. That's solid. But, Jack, this deficit of 21 points, you got to tip your cap to St. John's.
Absolutely, to be that efficient to start this game. But I mentioned that before. They get out to quick starts. This time it was the second quarter where they really opened this one up. And it's a game where, unfortunately, the stats tell the story. Minster not able to get in any sort of rhythm due to that suffocating St. John's defense, not able to work the ball inside out, and it's benefited the Blue Jays getting out in transition, spreading things out, and getting a huge lead to start the second half.
You mentioned it, Jack. You're right. The second quarter was 20-14 after 1. That second quarter was a 20-5 advantage for the Blue Jays, building that lead up to 21. Minster's going to start with the basketball, looking to go high-low right off of the inbound play. Niemeyer looking hard for Albers down there. And I think it's a situation where Coach McClurg, it's like, okay, we got to be methodical and patient and get good looks. McClurg right there from the right side. He leads Minster with 11 points, comes empty on that Army's auto-wrecking 3. St. John's goes right back to the penetration. They just have such excellent ball handlers, fundamentally sound, and that allows them to play with pressure on offense. We talk about defensive pressure right there. Andrew Elwer, it's pressure offense. Under out of bounds. Easton Elwer looks to go to Cam. Good defense, good hustle by Cole McClurg. No quit in this Minster Wildcat squad, no doubt about that. That's not even a thought, but that one goes off of McClurg out of bounds. St. John's retains possession.
You love to see it. No matter the deficit, if you're down this low and your guys are still giving that kind of effort, you know you're doing something right as a coach.
And that's one of the pieces. That's what high school sports is about. When you face adversity, how do you handle it? You think you're facing adversity here on the basketball court? Life's going to throw a lot more at you than that. And Easton Elwer, he throws that one up, and it goes in with the kiss. off the glass.
His first points of the game.
Connor Schmiesing goes into Albers, and Albers scores his first bucket of the game. 3 free throws in the first half.
Finally able to get him a look.
Elwer going to his left. There's contact out front. And that personal foul is on Cole McClurg. That's his third. You can't take him off the floor. You got to keep playing right now with the deficit being what it is. Just do your best not to pick up your fourth. Easton Elwer with the turnover, the steal by Cole McClurg. Schmiesing with the basketball. Knocked away by Drew Boggs, and then he makes contact with Cam Elwer. And Schmiesing's going to pick up the personal, and that is his first of the game.
McClurg and Elwer just trading steals on each other. Cam having 2 jumped by McClurg, and then Elwer getting one back there. A lot of aggressiveness, a lot of energy to start this quarter by both teams.
Starters for both teams on the floor, and that's where Cam Elwer just imposes his will and draws contact, and he's going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe chicken free throw line.
When you have a talent like him, you say imposing his will, you have no choice but to, as a defense, impose your own. You want to stop him, and sometimes you can get overzealous, and that's where he takes advantage, just rising up, getting the contact, and getting the free throws.
20 for 20 on the season from the Lee's Famous Recipe chicken free throw line for Cam Elwer. Make it 21. Minster with the basketball going coast to coast is Cole McClurg picking up his first field goal of the second half. Cole McClurg, I love the moxie. I love the moxie by Connor Schmiesing trying to defend Cam Elwer. He's got the physicality, Elwer's got the inches, and we have contact. Schmiesing's going to pick up his third foul all in this third quarter, and Cam Elwer going back to the Lee's Famous Recipe chicken free throw line.
And it seems like to start this quarter, it's Cam Elwer versus Cole McClurg. Those two getting after it, whether it's against each other or just in general, those two still wanting it.
Double deuces for Elwer from the charity stripe on the season, both in shot and made, and make it 23s.
Think the bigger that streak gets, the more he thinks about it, or do you think he's just unconscious from that free throw line?
I think Cam Elwer, when he goes to the free throw line, he looks at each one as its own individual mission. Doesn't matter what you did the last time. It doesn't matter what your next one. It's all about the moment. Nice post move by Cole Albers. That's a great question, Jack. But Cole Albers right there, nifty footwork in the orange tennies. Does a nice job scoring.
That's what you want to see as Andrew Elwer answers on the other end.
Yeah, jump stops in there, gets Albers out of the way, and then he finishes. But you know what? Cole McClurg says, I can do that too. A nice touch with the left hand, the hoop and the harm for Cole McClurg.
You like seeing these teams go at each other to start this half. All the energy still there despite the difference. But it's one of those things that, Minster, you try not to think in the back of your mind that how could we not get this going a little sooner? Now we got to dig ourselves out of the hole as McClurg hits the free throw.
That makes him 4 for 5 on the night from the Lee's Famous Recipe chicken free throw line. Cam looks left, goes right, kisses window, bucket. Cam Elwer, his first 2 of the second half, his first bucket of the second half. There's a 3 by Andrew Kettner, doesn't go. Elwer having fun out there now.
Oh, yeah, he's getting into it.
Yep, and he's looking to kick out. They get it back to a teammate off of the deflection. Andrew Elwer shows his left hand.
All the Elwers got the touch.
There's a steal. Here comes Braden Clouds. He's going to attack, Euro step. A block by Niemeyer, but a foul called, and James Niemeyer picks up his 4th. To the disgruntlement of the Minster student section.
Yeah, but you love seeing the energy to start MAC play. Despite such a big deficit, the energy's still here. It's still MACtion. These teams not giving up an inch.
Braden Klaus at the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line for the first time tonight. Makes good on that one. 2 for 3 on the young season. Klaus eyes it, flies it, nothing but net. 54-28. A little less than 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes into our third quarter. Cole McClurg with the basketball, looking to go one-on-one against Cam Elwer. He does, he draws contact. And Cam Elwer's gonna pick up the personal, and that is gonna be his second.
Am I the only one picking up the energy that McClurg and Elwer want each other every time down the court?
The game within the game, a one-on-one battle between McClurg and Cam Elwer. As we said in the first half, 2 coaches' sons respectively. Yeah, they're gonna go after it. I love it, it's competition. And McClurg makes good on both free throws. That makes him 6 for 7. From the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line.
And respectfully, McClurg hanging with Elwer in terms of points too.
And Andrew Elwer slides the pivot foot. That's a travel call, turnover on St. John's. Again at halftime, Minster only had 2 turnovers, St. John's with 6. Both coaches had to be pleased with that as far as the way that pace was played in the first half. Cole McClurg throws it to Albers on the elbow. Nice screen. McClurg off of a flare. Cam guarding him. And we've got a shot on the other side, but we have an illegal screen. Illegal flare screen by Andrew Kettner. And that's going to be his first of the game.
And that's not what you want. They had the look, the wide open shot, and it does go down, but just can't hold still on that screen.
Cam Elwer getting the call from dad, Aaron Elwer. St. John's in their set, swinging it side to side. A lot of movement. You're not going to see St. John's live on the block at all because they simply do not have the body, the height down there, but they have this. Cam Elwer stops and pops from the free throw line.
There we go, taking on that challenge of McClurg. This time, instead of getting to the bucket, he's rising from the free throw line.
Elwer with 26 halfway through the third quarter. Nice ball movement by Minster, and then it dribbles out of bounds. Passes the ball around well right there, but it goes out of bounds off of the hands of Parker Kerrigan.
And he was looking for the shot before he was looking for the ball. He knew he had space, just couldn't corral that ball.
Yeah, just like a receiver in football. Catching, looking to run before he has the ball secured. And St. John's. Andrew gets into no man's land, kicks it out. Cam with the basketball. Guarded again by McClurg. These two have gone at each other all night long. Elwer looking to attack. Albers rotates over, and he gets the charge. Cole Albers doing a great job of outside defense right there, and that'll be something you can build off of. Excellent ball pressure on Cam. Great rotation by Cole Albers.
And you got to think, yep, here he goes. That was his 3rd foul. You want to make sure he can finish this game. Yes, the deficit's big, but you don't want to let it get away. And in case it does, you want Cam out there in the 4th.
And these guys got to learn to play without him as well. You never know when you're going to face that adversity. So see how long Elwer sits, Cam style. And right there's a nice teardrop by Cole Richard. That is Cole's first bucket of the night, and that is somewhat of a storyline. Richard with 13 points in game number 1, second leading scorer. In transition, here come the Wildcats. Cole Richard looking to go baseline, kicks it out to Dom Meyer. That doesn't go from the Army's auto-wrecking three-point line. Drew Boggs in transition. And he's going to draw contact and a foul from Cole McClurg. And that's a storyline as McClurg, the spark plug for this Wildcat squad, picks up number 4.
Yep, and it looks like he's going to come out too. So the stars that were shining early in this quarter, both looking to take a seat here. So we'll see how these two teams fare without their spark plugs to finish this quarter.
Looks like Beckham Steffi, Brogan's younger brother, is going to come in for Cole McClurg.
And when Cam went out, it felt like there was an energy shift in favor of Minster a little bit before this foul, but now with McClurg out, it'll be interesting to see who steps up for both teams.
Drew Boggs makes good on the second one. 3 for 4 on the night, 3 for 4 on the season. 57-32, Steffi. The ball goes down to Albers. Nice move to his left, drops that left shoulder, and when he can get there like that, he's going to finish Cole Albers with his third field goal all here in the third quarter.
In a scenario like this, you look for him to maybe have a little stretch here where he goes to work.
Nice kick out and a 3 look for Maddox Krager, doesn't go. Every player on this St. John's squad, they've got the green light from behind the arc. There's an overpass and a steal by Drew Boggs. Klaus with the basketball, gets to the elbow. Kicks it to Boggs, he looks to penetrate. Loses the dribble and incidental contact, but Drew Boggs is going to pick up the personal. That's his third. And we may be walking, nope, that's just team foul number 4 for St. John's. So it'll be baseline and line out of bounds for Minster. And there's going to be a timeout on the floor. We'll take a Burke Petroleum timeout as well. It's high school basketball on WOSN. Our presenting sponsor for tonight's basketball game is Wright State University Lake Campus. Whether you're interested in an associate or bachelor's degree, Wright State University Lake Campus offers something for you. Visit lake.wright.edu to apply today. Jack, my wife, she is a Wright State Raider graduate, so she's very impressed that Wright State University is a sponsor for our contest.
Believe it or not, my wife went for a couple of semesters. She's looking to go back here shortly, so.
Awesome.
Great
Jack,
minds think alike.
Yeah, and they are definitely the better halves for both of us. Coach Elwer takes that timeout. The play got a little ragged. I think that's what he wanted to address there.
Yeah, with Cam out, you just want to make sure these guys are calm, finish this quarter strong.
Minster in their half-court offense, swinging the ball side to side. Steffi goes down into the post, and right now that is James Niemeyer draws contact, and Niemeyer, he's going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line and shoot 2.
So used to getting fouls called on him tonight, finally draws one. So
Jackson Weaker picks up his third personal of the game. Niemeyer 1 for 1 on the night previously, make it 2 for 2 now. The Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. Locations in Wapak, Delphos, and St. Mary's. Good on both of them is Niemeyer, 3 for 3 on the night. Easton Elwer with the basketball. Kicks it over to Weaker. Back up to Andrew Elwer. And we have a foul on the screen situation. And that foul is on Minster's number 4, Cole Richard, blasting through the screen. And that's going to put Easton Elwer at the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line as both teams are in the bonus shooting 2, our last 119 of quarter number 3.
And look who's coming in to finish this quarter potentially. Cole McClurg with his 4 fouls enters the game.
I mean, there's no tomorrow with this score, down 22. Might as well get him in there, bring the leader back in for this Minster Wildcat squad. Elwer makes good on the first one, misses a second. That makes him 2 for 3 on the season. Steffi across the timeline. Goes to Schmiesing. Schmiesing says, nobody gonna guard me, I'm gonna take the 3. The Army's auto-wrecking 3 doesn't go. St. John's in transition. Excellent hustle by Schmiesing, gets a deflection, but St. John's maintains possession.
And a mismatch there. Albers on Andrew Elwer.
You know, Andrew Elwer, you look at his body and he's long, his arms are long. He's got a lot of growing to do yet.
Yeah.
I mean, physically, he just is, he's a sophomore right now, but I think he's going to grow another 2-3 inches just the way he carries himself and everything. I'll just go there. As coaches, we always look to see how much hair young men had on their legs. Andrew doesn't have much.
So he's got a long way to go.
Yes, he does. Cole Albers in the post. Triple team down there, doesn't go. And off the deflection, it's going to be St. John's basketball.
Well, don't tell Minster that.
A little disagreement from the sideline. But no concern from the officiating crew as far as needing to get together on that. So it's St. John's basketball. Again, a veteran crew with Asa Donaldson, Steve Trout, and Tom Riepenoff. Cam Elwer, as you said, in the game, Jack.
Cam back in. And that's who you want to finish a quarter, isn't it?
Yeah, but it almost seems like he's just a safety valve right here. He's up here at the timeline in the corner. Andrew Elwer with the basketball. Down to 8. Andrew attacking, gets to the free throw line, needs to think shot. Cole Albers on and kicks it out to Boggs. Boggs from another time zone. And he gets the shot off, defended nicely by Cole Richard. That's 3 in the books from Minster. St. John's 58, Minster 36. It's all on WOSN. I want to thank tonight's scoreboard sponsor. It's Ultimate Outdoor, bringing resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. And our quarter sponsor, as we get ready to go to the 4th, it's Pat's Donuts and Cream. Visit any of our 4 area locations, including our newest location at 600 South Cable Road, next to LCC, open daily. Our third quarter stats, our stat man Brad Hughes has them for us. Jack, what do they say?
Well, it looks like St. John's still keeping up with their offense, 63%, but Minster picking it up. They shot 55%, 6 for 11. Both teams, Minster 5 for 5 from the free throw line, 8 free throws made for St. John's by the third quarter break.
Minster comes out in the third quarter in a 1-3-1 zone. Andrew Elwer with a look from the corner pocket, doesn't go. Minster in transition. There's a steal. Cam Elwer looking to go against Cole Albers. Albers cuts him off. Cam brings it back out top. Minster going to stay man-to-man now. Showed 1-3-1 off of the first possession coming out of the quarter break. Boggs with the penetration. Klaus does a nice job of thinking better of it. Kicks it out. Andrew Elwer in against Albers. Inside-out action. Boggs to Cam. Cam for 3. Doesn't go. Offensive rebound by St. John's. That's Easton Elwer. Andrew, jab steps right, goes left. Bounce pass to Braden Klaus, and Klaus picks up the field goal. Give Andrew Elwer the assist. Such unselfish play by all 5 players in the blue shirts.
Great ball movement, and even when it didn't go their way, excellent way to stay on the boards, keep the ball alive, get it back in their hands, and they just reset and once again execute to perfection.
Richard attacks, but Drew Boggs with the block. He's got the basketball now. Out to Cam Elwer. Going against Schmiesing, kicks it out. Easton Elwer. And that one goes out of bounds off the pass.
That was Niemeyer deflecting it. Like I said earlier, that's what they were missing. Those long arms, that big frame in there to deflect passes and make things a little more difficult. They've missed that tonight.
Andrew Kettner in the game for Minster, as is Dom Meyer. Under out of bounds, 4 low for the Blue Jays. It's a lob up to Elwer. Gets the shot up, doesn't go. Here comes Minster in transition. Cole McClurg with the basketball. Goes to Schmiesing. Schmiesing takes the 3, doesn't go. Elwer with the rebound, Cam style, and he draws contact. That's our first foul of the fourth quarter. Niemeyer picks up the personal, and that's his 5th.
He's done.
James Niemeyer, the outstanding student athlete for Minster, excellent football player, had a great season. And again, game 2, Minster still working on getting their basketball legs. Cam Elwer to Easton Elwer. Boggs. Andrew Elwer. Face guarding now on Cam Elwer is Minster. Connor Schmeezing gets the dubious honor. Drew Boggs attacking, and Easton Elwer with the back cut. You know, Easton Elwer, again, he's a freshman, but he does not play like a freshman.
No, and that comes from the Elwer lineage. He's only a cousin, but that last name carries a lot of basketball knowledge and a lot of basketball skill.
The lineage, the pedigree, whatever you want to call it. Cam Elwer. And again, Connor Schmeezing doing a great job of just trying to be physical. Has his hands out, but just too much contact. And that's going to be Connor Schmeezing's fourth personal. All in the second half.
And it's that contact. It's just trying to stop Cam Elwer. You try to give it your all, and your all is a little too much sometimes.
Drew Boggs wide open from three, inside out action, and he drills it. Everybody's moving when penetration occurs for St. John's because they know they're going to face a height disadvantage off that initial penetration. But Boggs picks up his second three of the game. And there is a three-pointer by Dom Meyer, doesn't go. And Dom Meyer follows and gets the bucket, his first of the game. Penetration and a foul as Easton Elwer's going to go to the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line. And Albers picks up his second.
The Blue Jays just, some people say live and die by the three, but they don't. They don't just hoist them. It is such wonderful execution, exceptional ball movement, pinpoint passing, and they're patient. There's been times where it's run and gun, they'll get a shot off in 6 seconds, and there's other times they'll hold it for 45 until they finally find that good shot. Excellent by the Blue Jays tonight.
Well, Jack, I had the opportunity to go, and I'm so thankful that Coach Elwer allowed me to go and watch his practice last night. 3:15 to 4:45, and it was a clinic. The way they are playing tonight is how they practice for an hour and a half straight. Yeah, the kids could get a break with water if they wanted to, but there wasn't a break per se. You had to go find that time on your own, and the kids, it was intense, but everybody was on the same page. And the way they were playing tonight is exactly how they practiced last night. So you're familiar. You know, you played the game Thursday night in practice, and you turn around and do it on Friday in the game. Nothing changed with how their tempo, their intensity, their communication, just really, really fun to watch, and again, seeing it on display here tonight as well.
That's all you can ask for, just day by day leading up to game time. You're not missing a beat. You're not missing a beat as Cole Richard hits the three.
Yep, Cole Richard picks up his first three of the game, 5 on the night. That's the Army's auto-wrecking three-pointer for Cole Richard. Cam Elwer up top. Halfway through the fourth quarter. Minster continuing to really, really work hard, and you have to. You know, they probably did not get their allotted number of scrimmages because of the long football run, and you got to continue to work hard and play the possession by possession and forget the scoreboard.
Absolutely. That's how you get what you said, your basketball legs, as these guys, and you got to commend them. It's not just getting your basketball legs, it's showing that you're going to fight till the end, regardless of what that scoreboard says, whether you're up 20 or the other ones are up 20.
Drew Boggs picks up his fourth personal of the night. Minster will be back in action tomorrow night against Russia, and then they have St. Henry next week. And Albers took one in the mouth right there. Hopefully he's okay. An unintentional elbow. Give him the rebound. St. John's, they do not play on Saturday. They will go to Continental on Tuesday, and then they're off until the following Saturday when they play Bath, and then they'll play Jefferson on December 27th. Minster under out of bounds to Albers to McClurg. Three-point look for Cole Richard. Doesn't go, and we got a foul over the back, and I think that's going to be on Cole Albers. And Albers does pick up his third foul of the contest. That's the fourth foul on Minster. St. John's will shoot free throws the rest of the way.
And something that's kind of odd and unique is ever since Cam Elwer and McClurg went out in the third quarter with their foul issues, we haven't really heard much from them.
Yeah, it sort of chopped up the game a little bit, didn't it? Both of them unable to really get back in sync, but here comes Cam Elwer, looks for a reverse layup. Doesn't go, but again, good hustle, hitting the offensive glass is Jackson Weekart, and he's going to force a jump ball. It's going to go Minster's way, but again, Coach Albert's going to be pleased with how Weekart crashed the offensive glass there. McClurg calls the play, and he looks to attack, and Cam Elwer gets a hand on it. Here comes Andrew on the left side. Looking to see, survey, probe, nobody stops him. He gets to the window and picks up his third field goal of the second half. He has 14 points on the night.
Not the Elwer we're accustomed to, but the one that's picked up the slack after Cam went out with the mild foul issues.
Cole Richard up and under move. Kiss off the
Solid.
window as he looks to get going a little bit. Second leading scorer after game one with 13. He's got 5 tonight. Or excuse me, 7. 2 twos and a 3. And again, this is where St. John's can spread you out. And Cam Elwer being so strong and solid with the basketball, but no foul there. St. John's is going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. It's a Burke Petroleum timeout on WOSN. Welcome back to Minster High School. We want to thank our timeout sponsor, Burke Petroleum, now offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable, available, 800-776-3097. In the MAC tonight, you had St. John's here at Minster, St. Henry's at New Bremen, Versailles at Parkway. Northwest Conference opening league play tonight. Crestview at Spencerville, Jefferson at Bluffton, LCC at Lincoln View. And in the WBL, league contests include St. Mary's at Salina, Elida at Shawnee, Wapak at Defiance, OG at Kenton, and Bath at Van Wert. Jack, 67-43. Again, if this game was played in February, I think you'd see a different type of game. I know you'd see a different type of game. Minster, again, trying to get their sea legs.
And not just getting their sea legs. They're missing Brogan Steffi. They've been in foul trouble. It's when you're going to compare this game to how they look, it come January, early February, you're definitely going to see a difference in this Minster club. I'm confident in that. They just need to get these minutes under their belt.
In the game for St. John's now, and in the post and kissing it off the window is Austin Arnold. Nice job there by the substitute. Played pretty much the whole JV game, and there is a three-pointer for Parker Kerrigan, and Army's auto-wrecking 3.
Now we have a battle of the young guns.
We sure do. Attacking the rim right there, Alex Heron. But Alex Heron, he is a 6'1" senior forward who's going to go to the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line as Taylor Fancher picks up his first personal for Minster.
And this is where it can get kind of fun. Yes, the score is what it is, but you're going to see these guys who either don't get a lot of playing time, aren't in the rotation nearly as often, or play JV, and you're about to see these guys go at it just like the starters were in the first quarter.
Absolutely. Friday Night Lights as Heron makes good on both charity tosses. Minster working the ball again. That's Beckham Steffi with it. Out there on the floor as well, Carson Kaler and Parker Kerrigan. Taylor Fancher. Steffi with the 3 with the left hand, doesn't go. And here comes St. John's. Aiden Swick with the basketball, played in the first half as well. Quality minutes. He's gonna attack the rim. Nice jump stop. Passes to his teammate, draws contact. Hoop in the harm for Evan Martz. Evan Martz picks up his first field goal of the game. Penetration, pressure offense, doesn't matter at what level and at what time of a ball game. When you can get to the middle of the paint and draw defensive help and find your teammate, good things are going to happen.
You're going to see a little different probably look and approach the Blue Jays because they do have a little size now from these younger guys. You got Austin Arnold. You got Evan Martz, both standing tall.
And Parker Kerrigan picks up an Army's auto-wrecking three-pointer. Good ball movement by Minster on that possession. Double team down in the corner is Swick, and there's a turnover. Going the other way, getting the shot off, but doesn't go. And St. John's has the basketball now. Aiden Swick with it. Taylor Fancher had a nice steal for Minster. And there's a steal right there by Beck and Steffi. He gets to the window. It's short though, rebounded by Alex Heron. And now we're gonna hold it. And that's gonna be our ball game. Your final score, St. John's 73, Minster 49. We'll be back right after these to wrap this one up. MAC action on WOSN. Welcome back to Minster High School, where tonight we have a split in our ball games. Minster takes the JV contest 48-46, and in the varsity game, St. John's 73-49. Our end of game stats for Minster, they were 18 for 46 from the field for 39%, 3 for 18 behind the Army's auto-wrecking three-point line. They were 12 for 14 from the free throw line. That's outstanding. They only had 10 turnovers. That's a good night as far as the floor game is concerned. For St. John's, 65% from the floor, 24 for 37. That's blistering. 10 for 19 behind the arc. You'll take that anytime you can get it. From the free throw line, 16 for 20, and they had 14 turnovers on the night. It all adds up to a 73-49 victory. Jack, your thoughts on what we've witnessed here tonight?
Well, we witnessed Delphos St. John's continuing, as you said, such a hot start to the season, and Cameron Elwer still doing what he does, 26 points on the night, and that really was through, let's go 2 and probably 3/4 of a quarter. After he got into foul trouble in the third, they took him out, and we didn't really hear his name anymore when he came back in. But it was him versus Cole McClurg for Minster, who gave it his all despite Delphos St. John's just suffocating defense. McClurg with 18 on the night. I love the energy from both teams. Minster, despite the deficit, staying with it, staying aggressive, but Delphos St. John's just proving why they are going to be a lot to handle this year.
A lot to handle. It's an accurate phrase on this St. John's Blue Jays basketball team. With the loss, Minster falls to 1-1. They will be back in action right away tomorrow night against Russia as they continue to get their legs under them for this basketball season, just playing their second game tonight. With the win, St. John's improves to 4-0, and they will travel to Continental on Tuesday. I want to thank Jack McGuire, my color commentator, with me this evening. I want to thank Brad Hughes for doing stats. And then on the cameras tonight, it was Jacob O'Neill and Zach Keith, and Jacob will take this one back and edit it at the station. Again, Jack, it's been a pleasure working with you this evening.
As always, Dave, you too.
Yeah, I know we broke you in tonight a little bit as a rookie as far as basketball. I had the honor and privilege of doing the same thing this past fall here at Minster with us together in football when Minster played Coldwater. And again, tonight, our final score, St. John's 73, Minster 49. For Jack, Zach, Jacob, and Brad, I'm Dave Bowen. And until next time, may all of your jumpers hit nothing but the bottom of the net. So long, everybody.